Saikat Das Gupta sir, who is again one of the very important pillar from Hossetry, JK Tyre. Sir, I will request him to kindly give his remarks on the subject.
Good morning to all of you, respected guests at the dais, and respected gentlemen and ladies and gentlemen in the audience. The circular economy, we all think that it is obviously for the future, today and tomorrow, to make our life sustainable, to make our earth sustainable. So circular economy is obviously a requirement today. Obviously, circular economy for this session is basically for the circular economy in the tire and the rubber recycling industry. One of the things is very important that what we understand about the circular economy and how we have shifted the circular. So, as Mr. Akram has mentioned that let me give some remarks on the circular economy. Yes, circular economy is very important. And the tire industry, one of the things we have to understand that tire and rubber industry is very much critical than any other industry like plastics. So here it is a complex product. There are a number of different materials are being used and they are all combined together. And to get out the raw material from those complex part is very difficult. So that is why the world is also struggling to get a suitable outlet to help to maintain the circular economy, particularly for the tire and rubber industry. But worldwide there is a work is going on. India is also not behind. There are a number of activities that are going on in India. And we as a manufacturer of the tire are also very much concerned about this material, particularly the disposition of the tire and disposition of the rubber products into the environment, how we can make it active so that we can get majority of the raw materials back so that we can use it into the virgin material, and we can give some kind of, we can contribute to the circular economy. So this is the kind of work is going on with the manufacturer using more and more bio-based materials, using more and more recycled material into their products. And also the recycler, those who are helping to do the recycling through these tires, of these tires and these rubber materials, and helping the tire manufacturer and the other rubber product manufacturers. This process is going on. We are sure that what the policy has been framed over. So we will be actively participate into that policy, and we will come out with soon with a number of good opportunities so that we can have a circular economy for the tire and rubber industry. So let me start my presentation today. So my topic is with respect to circular economy of tires. So what I am going to talk about the circular economy, we all here together to listen about this only. To talk about the tire, what is basically the tire, because we represent the tire industry. Then the end-of-life tire generation and the recovery by country and origin, country and region. And what are the different approaches for ELT handling worldwide, and what we are doing here in India, and what world is doing with respect to ELT management. So, and then we will be opening the session, whether it is after the presentation or after finishing all the presentations, then that can be discussed. So we know all about the very first one, that is a linear economy, where we have to extract, we have to manufacture, we have to use it, and we have to dispose it, right? So this is the normal earlier trend, but now it has not been the process. We have to talk about the circularity, so that whatever we are producing, whatever the input material we are using in producing the product, and after using, then we should not throw it off. So we have to take it off and we have to use it suitably so that we can recycle that material, so that it can have a kind of circular process. So this is a circular economy. And now with respect to this circular economy, we are very much aware about the 3 R's, right? Reduce, recycle, and regenerate. But nowadays, these 3 R's has been converted to the 7 R's, right? What are those 7 R's? We have to understand that, because sometimes what has happened that you cannot recycle everything. So you have to have some other options also. So that is the things, what you have to do is that you have to do the recycle, obviously. We all know what do we mean about the recycle. We have to redesign. That is one of the very important parts. So before going to the recycle, we have to think at the design stage of the product. So how we can make my product in such a way so that it can be reused number of times, so that we can redesign that process and we can reduce the burden of the material on the society or on the environment. So the redesign is another important parameter. Then renew, how we can use more and more renewable material into the product, so that when I am going to recirculate or do the kind of reuse of this material, we do not have kind of problem, so that it can always go into the, as it creates kind of biomass, and that can go into the environment suitably. Then how can we go for the reduce? How can we reduce our material input into the product of the rubber products? Then reuse, obviously, and repair and recover. So all these seven R are becoming the very budge points, budge words into the in the industry. Not only into the rubber industry, throughout the industry, all kind of industry. But rubber industry is also working on all these aspects worldwide. In India also, we are working on this. Now, we all know about the tire, because it is one of the topic today is a tire beside the other rubber products. Tire, we all know there is a different kind of materials are being utilized, right? Starting from the rubber, different chemicals. Those chemicals are of different in nature. There are different kind of processing aids which talk about the oils and other resins and other waxes, all those kind of things. Then we use a lot of inorganic materials like steelware, we are using the fabric. So there is basically a composite material, and it is a very complex material. So the circular economy or the circularity in the tire is kind of complex situation. So as a result, whenever you are going to do the circular activities with this kind of disposed tire or end of the use tires, then we have to think a little bit that how we can utilize this material. And in the process of manufacturing, in which are the materials we can think about that we can go for the bio-based material so that we can get better circularity from the tire. This is a typical information of the different tires. Now, what is the production of the tire globally? If you can look at it, that North, South, and Central America, it is obviously a 2018 statistics. It is around 15% of the total production of the global tire. Europe, Middle East, and Africa is around 18% of the total tire production capacity. It is almost 3 million tons. And in the Asia and the Oceania, this is around 67% of the global tire production is happening over here in this part of the world. And that is almost about 11.6 million tons. Again, I am repeating, this is a 2018 database from WBCSD. So with this information, it is kind of huge amount of tire is being produced worldwide. And in Asia, particularly in India, also there are huge quantity of the tires are being produced. Now, this is a kind of circularity idea about in the case of the tire. We produce the tire in the tire manufacturing industry. We design it, we produce it, and then we do a lot of recycling also in the process of the use. We do the retrading, we use it, and then we collect those used materials, and those collected used materials are not being thrown off. It can be used of the different way, either in the energy recovery or with respect to the material recovery. Now you have to understand that in India, this is one of the country in the globe where we are using most of the tires, most of the end-of-life tires in here. Almost 98% end-of-life tires are being utilized by one or other means. So these are the process of the circularity. So we can use this material recovery, then from the energy recovery, and then again we are going to the getting the secondary raw materials for the tire application or any other rubber product application. Now globally, these are the globally how the ELT is being handled, what is the process, how the percentage of the things. If you look at this is India, where almost 76% tires are being, 76% ELT are being used for the material recovery, right? And these are the things available in the, globally in case of the USA, in case of the China, in case of the, this is China, this case of European Union, and some other, Japan. So these are the process of the ELT recovery of the different phases with respect to the material, with respect to the energy recovery, with respect to the civil engineering, and some other things where these other parts in case of the China is quite huge because there are a lot of undisclosed area for how they are handling those kind of things. These are not being available. Now, this is the ELT end of the life, the different way. One of the most important part of the ELT is the retreading, right? Here in India, we are also doing, worldwide people are doing. There are different type of tires, passenger tires, commercial vehicle tires, and all these tires have different kind of retreading capacity. And we are now continuously increasing the retreading capacity, retreading characteristics of the tire so that people can utilize more and more the tire when it is first time produced, and with number of retreading people can use those tires so that the material consumption will be reduced, the disposition of the tire will be reduced drastically so that the environmental burden will reduce drastically. So what is the advantage of this retreading capacity? The retreading capacity advantage is that it is saving around almost 70% natural resource extraction. So with respect to the natural resource extraction saving, you can have the raw material part, waste part, as well as the cost part, you can save it by these 70% savings. Then almost 29% land use you can save. You can save water consumption about 19%. You can save air pollution about 21%. And you can save carbon dioxide emission by 24%. So by this kind of retreading capacity, retreading utilization, if you can use more and more retread of your tire, so then this kind of savings you can always get, and this kind of saving not only yours, it is the environmental saving. So as a result, you are always have a kind of footprint into the circular economy in a big way. Besides that, there are several other means of the of the utilization of the end-of-life tires. There are some things worldwide people are doing, even in India also we are doing. As a shock absorber, as a protective barriers, as a playground equipment, then insulation of the foundation of the building, then artificial reefs and art projects. So there are several varieties of outlets are there for the reusing the ELT for contributing to the circular economy. And this is another important aspects of the circular economy as a reclamation or the regeneration of the products. So this reclamation or the devulcanization, there are a number of manufacturers who are here, who are producing this kind, doing this kind of reclamation and the devulcanization, and they are regenerating some kind of material as a secondary material. I should not say these are the virgin material. These are the secondary material, and the tire industry and the rubber industry are utilizing those kind of materials to a good extent so that it can reutilize the used tires into their virgin product as a secondary raw material. So I hope it is difficult to read the things. However, globally there are several ways of doing the handling the ELT activities. Earlier it was the disposal, that is in case of your linear economy. Now this disposal has shifted towards the left hand side, from the energy recovery, hybrid recovery, then other material recovery, then recycling and the reuse. So there are several activities are there under the different category, and all these categories are being utilized to handle the ELT globally as well as in India in a part or in a part basis. So these are the well-known facts that how we are doing the tire recycling to help to address the ELT. The tire recycling can be of mechanical, can be of water pulse, can be of cryo grind. So there are several varieties of what material recyclings are available. And there are new technologies are coming out about the biodevulc and the chemical devulc. So biodevulc is a new system or the new area of work, new area of research, worldwide people are doing. In India also, it is a quite good amount of researchers are working on these biodefulks so that you can, biologically you can reduce the cross-link of the sulfur-sulfur cross-link into the tire or the rubber compound which are being cross-linked to the sulfur, and you can get the virgin product out of it, and it is one of the most able virgin product which you can use it into the product in a better way. So this is also another way of recycling the tire products, recycling the rubber products. And in the process of this recycling, you can get different kind of material like micronized rubber powder. You can get reclaim, you can get devulcanization, functionalization, and the biodevulk. All these materials, you can use it as a secondary raw material, and you can use it as per the requirement. And there are lot of what should I say, the policy is, or the strategy is being taken by the different industry, but the different product manufacturer industry, that what kind of this kind of secondary raw material they want to use it, in what percentage, and they have their own strategy, and they are using this kind of materials, and they are coming in a big way to use more and more this material without affecting the material compound properties or the product performance properties. Next slide, please. It is not functioning. So this is overall idea about the reuse of the end-of-life tires, repair, reuse, tire-derived fuel, material recovery, and regenerating the resource. Okay, so these are all the way, in short, about the different activities, and there are numerous possibilities, and from the existing to the under development. So I hope I have completed my my deliberation on this. Next slide, please. Yeah, so a little bit about the ELT management system in the globally. There are several kind of features. The feature of the end-of-life tire management system. One is the extended producer's responsibility. We are all talking about in the morning session that India has come out with a draft which has been published in December 2021. So these are the different, this is well established in the European market. Who is responsible, and how it is being governed, and how it is being funded, and what are the key features of these. So these are the things that are available into the WBCSD site. You can always go there and you can get it, all this information. Next slide, please. In the free market system, it is like us, how it is, who is responsible, how it is governed, and how it is funded, and what are the key features of these. In case of this free market system, who is responsible? No direct responsibility till now. However, whenever we are going to get the draft, when it will be implemented in a way, obviously there will be some kind of process, or the plan has to be fixed up, that how we can handle, because the collection of the end-of-life tire is one of the very, very important parameter, very, very important part of this overall EPR process. Next is, this is a tax system where the tax system, this is also who takes the responsibility. The state is mainly taking the responsibility. In some of the countries, this system is still available, is running in this form. Next, please. And we have already discussed in the morning that these things has come out as a draft in 2021 December, and we are going to, from the MOEF and CC, with the help of Atma, IT Tech, and AIRTRA. So these are in the draft phase, and we are going to get the proper way to what are the guidelines, what are the planning, how the process will go on for handling this EPR. So we are going to get all this information very soon. We have listened from the horse's mouth, and let us go ahead for this. And thank you for listening me.